Want to see what $100 at Sam's can buy you when you're looking to build your stockpile? Well, that's what this video is all about. I'm Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and thanks for joining me today. If you are looking for ideas on how to build a stockpile on a budget, then I'm your girl, because I believe very firmly that having a stockpile is one of the best things you can do for your family. We are actually a family of 6 in northern Indiana, and I use a monthly grocery budget of $475. I share frugal grocery hauls on this channel every Thursday, as well as lots of tips of building your stockpile on a budget. So if that's something you enjoy, be sure you go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of those. This month, every Monday, I've been sharing a video about stockpiling, and maybe some of you found me because of my $100 stockpiling trip to Walmart. If you haven't already seen that, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out too. But one of the reasons I am able to keep our budget as low as I do for our family is because I have a stockpile. Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant, but it really is a stockpile built up of all the things that our family uses on a regular basis. I recently shared a video of what our stockpile looks like currently, and this month I am working on rebuilding it because my goal really is to have a 3 to 6 month supply of everything our family uses on hand at all times. So this week I headed to Sam's Club. Now, I compared prices very carefully, and I did want to do some stocking up there because you can get some good deals at Sam's Club. Now, I want to say this, not everything at Sam's Club is a good deal, so please compare your prices very carefully. I am not a Costco member, but I am a Sam's member, so that's why I shop there. But one of the things I want to say about Sam's that I like about them is that, member or not, you can compare the prices on their website. And so that helps you to see before you head into the store what things are a good deal and what they're not. I'm going to show you everything I bought for $100 at Sam's using October of 2023 prices, and I'm going to break it down even further as I go through those things. Then stay tuned at the end because I do have some more stockpiling tips to share with you, as well as some other tips and tricks about shopping at Sam's. All right, ready to get started? Let me flip you around and show you what I bought at Sam's to rebuild our stockpile right now. All right, let me give you a quick overview. This is everything I bought for our stockpile today to replenish. There was a reason for all of this. This might not be what you would buy, but hopefully by sharing this trip, it gives you some ideas of different things to stockpile or things that you could put in your stockpile for your family. All right, let's start with the bottled water. It is $3.98 for a 40 pack of individual water. Now, the recommendations, regardless of who you are, where you live, any of those things, is to have a gallon of water per person per day stockpiled in your family. At the very least, you should have a 3-day supply of water. We are on a well, so when we lose power, we do lose water as well due to our electric well pump right now. So I have made it a goal to have at least a week's supply by that recommendation of water. One of the things I like about this 40 pack is it's easy to carry, and you get these smaller bottles, but right here, a 40 pack of water, and I'm going to move some things, is actually 5 gallons. So when you think about that and you are trying to stockpile water, you know, this can be a very easy way to do it because you can stack these flats of water and it's easy to rotate. It works out to 10 cents a bottle. So yes, you can have big gallons, and we have water stored in a variety of ways, as well as a water purifier system. But this is a really handy way if you're just trying to have a little bit of extra water on for your family. I highly recommend grabbing some of these cases when you are at Sam's Club. So $3.98 for that. Next thing I grabbed was vinegar, and this is 2-gallon bottles here of vinegar, and it is currently $5.98 or $2.99 a bottle. In comparison, like if you were to get that same size bottle at Walmart, it's actually $3.74, and that's the cheapest place I can find it around. Vinegar doesn't expire. It lasts a wonderfully long time. You can use it for cleaning things. You can use it in your laundry. You can cook with it. There's so many uses. Vinegar is a great thing to have on hand right there. Let's go back over here and we'll go over here. Sugar. I grabbed a 10-pound bag of sugar, And at Sam's right now, it is currently $6.78 or 67 cents a pound, which is the best price around that I can find on that. Again, sugar doesn't expire. You can easily store it in some plastic tubs or just use it as you are working through it. This is the Members Mark brand. Also, it's worth noting that the generic or the name brand is more expensive. I like the 10-pound size or smaller just because they're easier to deal with. Your price is a little cheaper if you get a 25-pound bag, but not much, and it's just a lot harder to store and stockpile. So I tend to stick with this size bag. One of the other things I grabbed was chicken bouillon cubes, and I don't have to buy this very often. It's $8.96. I do make my own broth. I do can my own broth, but this is really handy just flavor-wise when you want to flavor some rice, when you're flavoring things, you need a little bit of broth in a pinch. I like to keep this on hand. They also sell beef bouillon. You can buy it in a base. You could buy whatever variety you want. You can can it, you can freeze broth, you can buy cans or cartons of broth, but for me, I like storing the bouillon cubes. And again, it was $8.98 or $8.96 for that large container. One of the things I always buy at Sam's Club is this Nestle bags of chocolate chips. I am a huge baker and we do a lot of cookies and baking with things. This works out, it's a 72-ounce bag, which works out to 6 regular bags of Nestle's, and it is $11.48 for this bag or $1.91. I can't even get generic bags of chocolate chips at any store for this price. Now, around the holidays, you may see some deals that are pretty close to that at $1.99. Definitely stock up. Chocolate chips last a long time, just being stored in the pantry shelf, but you can also freeze them to make them last longer. I try to always keep 3 of these bags of chocolate chips on hand at all times. So I am regularly restocking my chocolate chips, but that's a fabulous price, whether you're stockpiling or not. I love to get my chocolate chips at Sam's. One of the other things I got was hot chocolate, and it's coming up to winter time. We live in northern Indiana, so on the weekends or on a snow day, we of course love a cup of hot chocolate. This has gone up a little bit. It is now, let's see, for the hot chocolate, it's $7.98 for this container, which works out to 16 cents a packet. I compared the large canister. This was actually cheaper per ounce, so I went ahead and grabbed these envelopes. So that's a nice thing to have. And again, if you're thinking in a true emergency situation, having something to flavor your water is always nice. So I like to keep that on hand. Another regular purchase at Sam's for us is applesauce. That is one of the canned fruits all 4 of my children love. And the name brand of Mott's applesauce, it's no sugar added, just regular applesauce. For a 3-pack, you're paying $7.98, which works out to $2.66. Again, Walmart, the generic, it's $3.12, and some of the stores are $3.50, $3.99. So this is a fabulous price for applesauce. And I buy this every month, again, regardless, trying to build that up in our stockpile, but we go through that regularly. So I always have that applesauce on our shelves. One of the other things I like to have is crackers. We use this in a poppy seed chicken recipe or just to snack on or pack in school lunches. So this large box of Ritz crackers is $9.98, which has 18 stacks. So it works out to $2.50 a box, which is still a good price for Ritz. Again, cheaper than any generics I've been able to find. Plus you get 2 extra stacks of crackers. I will say this goes on instant special around the holidays, so I will be watching that and stocking up on more of those. But that's a great deal for us and something I wanted to have on hand. Then there's a couple canned things I bought. Some of the canned things I bought included canned chicken and canned tuna. Now, I keep a lot of meat in our freezer, and I do that, but I do like having some shelf-stable meat. One of the meats I've been trying to stock up more on is this canned chicken. And the first time I did that, I thought, oh, I don't know about this, but this canned chicken is really good. It's pure chicken breast with water and salt. It lasts for several years as it's canned. I use it mainly in a couple different recipes when I'm cooking, and I have a decent amount. I don't use this on a regular basis. This is more kind of an emergency backup that I have tried to stock up on. However, I know that when it gets close to the expiration, I could very easily use this in my poppy seed chicken recipe or a chicken salad or a bunch of different things. Do you buy this chicken? Do you have a favorite thing to use it for? I'd love to know. So this, again, the chicken, it works out to $2.14 a can with that. And it's a better deal. You can buy a 50-ounce, 1 large can, but I much prefer it buying in these 6 jars because it's easier to open and deal with there. Then I also bought tuna, and the tuna was 12 cans right there of this Starkist. And for the tuna, I paid $10.98 or 92 cents a can. You can occasionally find it for around $1 a can if you're buying name brand at some stores, but even generic, it's getting harder to find that price. So I did stock up on that there. And then one of the other things my family loves, so I've been trying to stockpile a little more, is black olives. I recently learned these have a really long expiration date, and I think it's up here. Yep. So it's 2023. These have a 4-year expiration date, and I want to note that in my last video too, expiration dates really for a lot of things are really a best buy date. As soon as that date hits, you don't have to throw things away. It just means the quality might diminish slightly. There are a couple things that I do adhere to that strongly with, especially acidic things like tomatoes and any tomato products really, but a lot of those things really is a best buy date instead of a true hard fast expiration date. Okay, for the olives, having said that, it's $11.58, which works out to $1.93 a can. That's comparable to a generic price, but we have just discovered that these are the black olives we prefer. It's worth paying slightly more, not much more honestly, for the name brand. They really are good olives. So for everything on this counter, my total was, like I told you, it was $99.32, and I'll prove it to you here. Here is my receipt from today, $99.32. So I feel like I got a fair amount to add to my stockpile, and I'm excited about those deals I found. All right, let's flip back around and wrap this up with a couple more tips for you today. I hope that was helpful seeing what I bought at Sam's Club. Again, how you shop for your stockpile is going to look different for everyone. It's based on a lot of different factors. Number one, what your budget is. I typically actually build my stockpile as part of our monthly $475 budget. So if you're curious, be sure you check out on Thursdays. Like I said, I share a frugal grocery haul every week, and a lot of my stockpile is built just by stocking up on the sales and shopping ahead on the things my family uses and eats on a regular basis. So you'll want to check that out. But it really is. It's based on your budget. It's based on the stores you have around you. I realize not everyone has a Sam's or belongs to it, but it is one of the largest chains of club stores. So that's why I shopped there. Again, hopefully this gives you some good ideas. Yes, I know that my Sam's Club prices may vary from yours based on location of where you live. I am aware of that. And again, finally, your stockpile, most importantly, is built on what your family eats and uses. If you don't eat crackers, don't buy them. If you prefer to eat organic, sure, go ahead, buy organic by all means. Do what works for your family. My hope is in all these stockpiling videos to show you that there are a lot of different ways to build a stockpile, and that you can definitely build one on a budget. I really view my stockpile as a practical emergency fund for our family if something were to happen to one of us, if we had a loss of income. I know there is food on my shelves that can feed our family, and that is why I built a stockpile. I also view it really honestly as a Christian as a means of good stewardship. I want to be responsible with the budget and the blessings God has given us, and so this is how I take care of my family, is by having food available for us and food that I can easily share with others too. So everyone's stockpile will look different, but I enjoy doing this, and this is something I really have been working on developing. So I have that $100 trip that I've already shared to Walmart. This was my $100 trip to Sam's Club, and I will have a stockpiling trip coming up at Aldi as well. So make sure you join me here and keep an eye out for that video coming. And then when all those big trips are done, I will share an updated tour of my complete stockpile with lots of details on how and why I store things the way I do. So again, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to stick around and join us here as I share more about stockpiling with a budget. There's a little bell notification that you can hit down by the subscribe button if you want to know at any time I have a new video. So I hope this is helpful for you. I'd love to know what you keep in your stockpile, or what are the things that you always buy at Sam's Club. One more thing before I wrap it up. I do have a blog post. I'm also a blogger. about the top 25 things to buy at Sam's Club, and I update that regularly. So to give you some other ideas of things to buy there, like yeast, which fabulous deal, I just didn't need it right now, and a couple other things. Pasta is a good deal too. Again, I didn't need it right now, but it's there. So I will leave that link in the description as well, so you can check it out if you're curious. But let me know, if you shop at Sam's or Costco, what are your favorite things to add to your stockpile when you are shopping there? Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.